had a quick minute this morning and I have 3 different examples pulled up here that I want to show you guys that are very good examples of what the 3 basic patterns you're going to run into are. So hopefully you can learn 2 different things at once here. I've got Coke pulled up, and the reason why I have been eyeing CocaCola with a magnifying glass is because relatively they stayed pretty stable through whatever you want to call is going on right now, whatever you want to call it. It could, I mean, the way I look at this is it's a tremor. Is it probably going to lead to the ring of fire? No. Does it have potential to cause more damage? Yes. Is it going to cost money? Yes. But is it the end of the world? Not in my opinion. Not in my reality anyways. But I have 3 different examples pulled up. So as you always see, I bring up Coca-Cola, and then the next one. Oh, you can actually tie. So if you want to look at 3 different stocks at once, obviously you can connect them here to the colors, but people may not know that. So basically, to assign a different company, what I have here are the 3 different examples. So steady, basic, overall uptrend for Coca-Cola, my first example. Okay. Overall uptrend, but with some volatility in there. And then stability right when everything else is hitting the fan. All right, number 2, steady decline. Again, with volatility in it. So here's one of my favorite examples that I'm not going to mention anybody's name, but one of my good friends went all in on when learning with calls. And if you clearly look at this, why would you ever put a call unless you knew about these spikes? And again, this, when you see this reverse thing going on here, obviously that is when everything else is doing poorly, which I'll lead in to the last example, high volatility with overall gain. One of my favorite Starbucks, you can see where it peaked out, and then we have steady decline and slow incline back up. So, you know, you can look, you're going to have to look at everything from an individual situation. And if you're positioned correctly, when you get hit on one side, the other side should be okay. So with that, I'm going to leave it off at that. Basically, I'll show you how to add to this color code really quick. Purple, I'll just do okay. So if you want to add it, you just type your symbol in, and then you do have to select it again, highlight it, hit enter. All right, and then you start from whichever one you started up at the top, and they are now color coded, and you can run down and check those quickly, so you don't have to keep typing the symbol in or editing your list or that. And then obviously I just want to touch on it again. I want to give you guys some real odds here. The people that made it through this and are going to continue to invest even if they lost everything, those are the people that are most likely going to make it. I just want to throw that out. Obviously, when you get to a certain point, your assets should not all be in the market. That's just ridiculous. So if you're just starting out and you don't have much, you lost a lot, but you're still doing it, that puts you in the 90th percentile right there. That trade alone. So that's a compliment to anybody that's sticking around. So yeah, first example, steady uptrend, and you can see I got all my favorite plugs in with some very small volatility relatively to how big this company is. And if you don't know, this volatility actually comes from the volume. The heavier the room is packed, the less room it has to swing quickly. So the less packed it is, they have the whole dance floor to themselves and can go all over the place. That's just an easy rule of thumb to learn that concept. And then I have a ZOG, steady decline, with a few totally random spikes in there. You can see back at their very peak. Obviously, I mean, this shouldn't be rocket science at this point when I'm showing you, okay, steady incline, steady decline, high volatility. Overall, for how big it is. And why did that happen? Let's think about that. And let's be realistic. Is that pretty obvious? Yeah, and look at the hit that it took relative to that huge inclination right there. That's exactly what, in my opinion, we're looking at right now. So I would say this is actually a good representation of a similar situation that happened just to this example that is going on overall right now. Basically, I can actually categorize what's going on in a million different things. I mean, I'm not going to add too much jargon at this point, unless there's people in here that are ready for that level and want me to touch on that, and I absolutely will. And if you have any questions, I'm not just going to explain it because that's how I feel. I'm going to go research it. I'm gonna make sure, if I don't know 100% what I'm telling you, I'm gonna say I don't know, but I'll get back to you. Sometimes I can answer right off the bat. Sometimes I have to look it up, and I don't look it up the new school way. I'm old school. See those? It's called paper. A lot of you guys might not have seen that before. It's getting rarer and rarer these days. All right, take care. Everybody go out and make some good money. Are you guys ready or what? What's the deal? It's 8:30, don't we have to go?